wonder what's inside the box. Oh man, I've been needing some of these. If you can't tell, this week's video is sponsored by Nordiv 8. We'll talk with y'all a little bit later about these boots. What is up, guys, and welcome back to Adventure Archaeology. If you're new to the channel, my name is Brandon, and on this channel, my family and I search for all kinds of valuable treasure left behind many, many years ago. We do specialize in antique glass, and that's actually what we're going to be looking for today, is valuable antique bottles. Some antique bottles can be worth thousands of dollars, and you never know what you're going to find. We're going to jump in a couple of local creeks that are surrounded by older towns, and hopefully we'll find something pretty cool. Let's go see what we can come up with. And the first find of the day is going to be a sign of some sort. Any guesses? Oh my Lord, that is in there. I don't know. I'm gonna have to dig it out with the fork. Y'all give me a few minutes. Let me dig this out. So I just broke our potato fork. The head's trying to come off, and this thing is in there. I'm talking about, like, it's a big sign. I can't tell what's on it. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get this out of here.
I know, look what you did in my potato fork.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to leave the sign behind.
You're ruining my fork.
We're gonna have to use this fork the rest of the day, kind of broken. Oh well, we tried. So here's the bicycle my wife was talking about. Let's see if we can get the camera where y'all can see. It doesn't look to be very old, judging by the frame style. So I don't think I'm going to make the endeavor to try to pull it out today, but next time we're here we'll try to get it out whenever I have my truck with me, because that is going to be nasty and we're gonna have to carry it way down the creek before we got it out of there. Without my rake to dig it out, it's just not going to be doable, sadly. Not sure what this is right here, but I figured I'd turn on the camera and let's look at it together. Oh, it's going to be a modern jar. Dang, I was hoping for an old one, but I guess not. For those of you that are new to the channel, you may not realize that we do pick up broken glass as well, and we usually upcycle it or do something with it if we can. This right here would have been an actual hutch. That would have been a Hooper and Worcester hutch. I could tell by what was on the side of it. And this right here would have been a nice little, what I call a bootlegger flask. It would have been small enough to slide it right into your bootleg back then. And both these are well over 100 plus years old. Sadly, they're both not in great shape, but my wife likes to take this glass and turn it into jewelry. So what we do is we'll break it up into smaller pieces, put it into a rock tumbler along with some sand, let it spin for 10 or 15 days, and it'll round the edges and make it look really nice. And then we sell the stuff on our eBay store to help our adventures in the future. So if you're ever interested in the stuff that's on our eBay store, it's always in the video description. Look at that one sitting there all pretty. That's a nice brick right there that my wife found, CO Crown. She left it behind for me to carry because these things get heavy on these long treks. That's all right. How's this weather? The weather is absolutely amazing down here right now. It's probably about 68 degrees, got a nice breeze, and not a cloud in the sky. All right, I'm going deep. I see a bottle down here.
Now, y'all.
Let's see. It's probably gonna be modern. Ooh, that's cold up to your shoulder, I can tell you that.
Baby, is it cold?
Yep, and it's a modern Clorox. A lot of people, this is the very first bottle that they find is an amber Clorox for whatever reason. And I get tons of messages every single week. Hey, check out this bottle I found. Is it worth anything? If it's an amber Clorox, I got bad news. It's worth about $3 or $4. And this one, yeah, it's still pretty. And this one with the heel busted out
Pretty.
is not worth anything. All right, you heard that really weird squeal? Well, that's my wife kind of freaking out because of bees. There's a ton of bees right now because of the wildflowers, and she is very, very allergic to them. So she does not do very well when they fly at her. But y'all take a look at this clip. It's about 30 seconds, and I didn't talk during it because of how peaceful everything sounded. It sounds like I put fake audio on it, but I promise y'all this is exactly how beautiful it sounded. So I just picked this piece up right here, and I know it doesn't look like much, but right there it would have said property of Ford Cola Bottling Works. And this would have been a nice Art Deco style bottle. I actually don't have one of these in my collection. I need one. If there's a piece here, there could be a whole one though. So we're gonna keep going for a few more minutes, and if we don't do much better here, we're gonna go ahead and move to another spot. Alrighty, I'm at spot number 2, and this is the very first thing I found after hiking in is a Moraline. And I believe that that was similar to Vaseline, if I remember right. You can see right there would have been a paper label. This isn't an incredibly rare jar or anything like that, but it is embossed nicely. And this is one of those things where you could do something like put marbles or bottle stoppers or something like that in it, and it looked pretty cool as a decoration. We've got a long ways to go, but it's pretty thick in here. If you couldn't tell by the long hike in and the four-wheeler ride, this is not a place that's easily accessible. All right, guys, I've got an amazing bottle that's about to be found in this video. It's a fantastic bottle. It's worth several $100s, and I couldn't be more excited to have it. However, I told y'all that I was gonna take just a second to talk with y'all about the boots. Without companies like Nordivate sponsoring this video, we would not be able to have the great camera gear that we do have, as well as the computer and software that we need for editing. So special thanks to Nordivate. Be sure to check out the link that's going to be in the video description, as well as pinned in the comments section of the video. If you want a pair of boots for less than $100, I don't see how you can go wrong with these. I've been wearing mine for about a week now. They were shipped to me directly from Amazon. They got here within 2 days after ordering them, and they have been fantastic. I've wore them while riding my four-wheeler and my motorcycle, as well as trekking through the woods and being in the water. I'm going to show you all a brief clip right now to just highlight some of the superior parts of these boots. This little spot right here acted like a really nice catch point. It had this medicine right here, that both are sadly unembossed, and this nice cork top whiskey. There again, that's what we're looking for. That's pre-prohibition, so we know that's going to be before 1920, and it's going to be at least 100 years old. I just wish it would have been embossed. Regardless, it's coming out with us today. We'll get these out too, because they do not belong in here. They're just going to break with time. So I'm hoping to find something embossed today. Let's keep going and see what we can come up with. Man, you want to talk about a heartbreaker. If you first glanced at this right here, you'd think that it was slick. But if you look on the side right there, you can see that it says Owen Pink Mixture Company. And what makes this rare is right over here, Sheffield, Alabama. That would have been an amazing bottle, guys. One that I do not have in my collection that's pretty rare. Sadly, that top's been gone for a good while. But if there's one in here, there could be more. Let's keep going. When you see stuff like this right here, coming out of the walls, you know you're in a good spot. I'm up on a big bank right here, right off of the creek. And this right here may have been the original dumping point. They would have dumped it from the top, let it roll down. Everything rolls into the creek down there and then washes downstream, which is why we've been finding so much stuff downstream. So, right across the creek right here is actually where I found that whiskey jug. So this whole little spot right here may be loaded with bottles. So I just picked this little guy up right here, and it doesn't look like much, but what's interesting, if you look on the bottom, it says Virginia Dare flavors patented. I don't know, I didn't know that there was such a thing, but that's a really cool little flavoring extract bottle. And I always thought Virginia Dare was a wine for some reason, but maybe it was a soda with it saying flavors there. But look right down here and take a look at this, guys. This is definitely going to be the find of the day. Dixie Bottling Works, Marion, Alabama, with no lip damage, no cracks. Oh, it does have a little bit of heel chip right there, but that's a fantastically rare bottle, guys. Wow. Cannot beat that with a stick. That is a very, very rare bottle. So, got two good ones right here. All right, I had a couple of people interested last week whenever I mentioned muriatic acid and how it works. And I'm actually going to be taking these two bottles that we found today that were the best bottles and dropping them right into this muriatic acid that you see right here. My advice, if you've never messed with this stuff, is to buy you a really nice pair of rubber gloves, as well as wear a mask and glasses. You do not want this stuff on your skin, and you do not want to be inhaling it. What I typically do is I give them a quick rinse and get the majority of the dirt off, and then you're still going to have some rust staining a little bit, but you just want to knock the majority of that dirt off and then drop them in there, let them sit for about 5 minutes, swirl the acid around on them, and it just kind of eats away at the majority of the creek grime. So I'll show y'all what it looks like whenever I get out of there here in just a second. All right, guys, I just pulled them out of the bucket. They look pretty good, so I'm gonna take them inside underneath the sink, wash them off a little bit better. This is what it looks like after a quick acid dip. They're not perfect as it would be if they went it through the tumbler. However, they look pretty dang good to have had all that creek grime on it. This Dixie over here would be worth several $100s if it weren't for that chipped bottom. I still think it's worth at least about $150. That's just my personal take on it. Not bad to just walk through the woods and find one at random. That little Virginia Dare is probably not worth $8 or $10, but I've never found one before, and I always like finding stuff that I've never found in the past. It's always fun and exciting. So if you're new to the channel, please be sure that you are subscribed so you don't miss our future adventures. And again, special thanks to Nortivate. We're dropping all of their info in the description box as well as in a pinned comment, so y'all can go check out those awesome boots. We'll catch you guys in the next adventure.